All right, I think we are live. It is 5 o'clock on Friday, September 4th. Um, had some internet issues this afternoon, so I couldn't do this at lunchtime, so I'm trying to do it to round out the day. Hopefully, everything remains stable. What I'm going to take a look at today is using GitHub Actions to automate using the Jekyll Archives plugin on a GitHub Pages blog, my blog, which I've been using for 4 years now. And it's great and it's free, but some of the restrictions with using GitHub Pages involve not using certain Jekyll plugins. I saw a blog post that mentioned you might be able to use GitHub Actions to automate that process and to add them. I have not tried that. I'm interested to see if it works. I haven't used GitHub Actions, so hopefully I learned something. We'll see what happens. And as usual, here goes nothing, and I'm hoping to learn something. So I'm going to grab the blog post and honestly just start going through it, and we'll see what we learn. Um, so here's the post. Um, Share that link. That's what I'm working off of here. Um, and so creating archives, you can do it in a regular Jekyll blog. You can't do it on GitHub Pages. It's not supported. That's the kind of pain here. So allegedly, there's a way that we can do this. So I'm going to open up my blog's config.yaml file. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to just move it off the screen to make sure that it doesn't have anything. I don't think it has anything particularly sensitive in it, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't before I show it. It doesn't. It's fine. There we go. Okay. My config.yaml file has been opened, and we're going to add, okay, cool. This. Let's shrink, let's shrink that. Bring this down here. Plugins, paginate, exclude, and we will add archives collection, archives output. Archives is a solid path for that. I like that. We need an archives folder and an archive data.txt file. Now, is that in the archive? It's in the archives directory. Okay, cool. So underscore archives in the root, and then this file. So we'll hop in here and we will make the directory called archive. Is it underscore archives? Called underscore archives. Hop in there, and we will make the archive data.txt file, and then we will open that, paste in some content from the internet. Actually, I like the look of this so far. Now, I wonder if I can. This looks like just markdown. It's not really markdown. It's more like liquid, maybe. Isn't liquid a? All right. I want to get syntax highlighting, but you know what? Let's take this one step at a time here. All right. And the streaming here, yeah, still good. Cool. All right. We've copied and pasted from the internet. We have our archive data.txt file, and now we have to test it. So build your site and navigate to the archives. And why is it a .txt file? It's confusing. All right, so I'm gonna spin this up here with oops, T, Command T, and we will run, oops, back to the root. Bundle exec Jekyll serve live reload, which will get that up and running. And I should be able to see this on 127.0.0.0. Oops. Something like that. I think it's on 4,000 up and running. And where does he say I can view it? I should be able to view this at /archives/archive data. All right, /archives/archive data. Not found. Okay, so why is that not found? All right. Let's try to figure out, do we need, so I didn't see a step about adding the Jekyll Archives plugin. Let's just hop down to the end here. Let's peek at the end of at this repository on GitHub and see if, where's that's the config.yaml file. Is this just for the post? I think that's just for this post. So he says it's running on his blog. Let's just see if we can, that's just the workflow. That's examples. No. Dist is which can get built, probably. All right, that's not what I was looking for. I'm assuming that we need to add the plugin jobs. All right. What? Simple layouts, blah, blah, blah. Where's our /archives? Let's just make sure that, you know what? Oh, there we go. Well, that's it. Not found. I'm going to pull up the docs. Well, let's just save that. So that regenerated one file changed. Okay, so allegedly that's regenerated. I'm assuming this is still not going to work. It's not. Let's go Jekyll Archives and see. That's the plugin. Gem add Jekyll Archives plugin. To the configuration page for options. I'm just assuming that if I add this plugin on its own and deploy it, it's gonna break when I try to push it to GitHub Pages. So, all right, following directions from the beginning. Blog configuration. Create a collection. Open your blog's config. Oh yeah, is it because I already have collections? Did I dupe that? Let me check that. In my config.yaml. There we go. That looked like that broke. Okay. I had an S up here. I don't know if I saved it with that, which wouldn't have been good. Cram down, URL. All right, so I don't have any collections listed there. All right, so let's hop back here. Try this again. And I'll probably need to, so we've done that. We've done our underscore archives folder, and we've created our archivedata.txt file. Build your site and then navigate to the archive data of your site. All right, so we're going to kill this and we're going to restart it so that it picks up the change in the config. And we will try accessing, you know what, this could be a typo on my part too. Let's just try this first. Refresh. Oh, there we go. Super wacky. And is that, what's going on there? Categories. Tags. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Why is this? Okay. Got it. All right. Derpy derp derp. So this is making sense now. I guess maybe those initial changes weren't picked up. That's there. What this is doing is, looping over the categories that are listed in the site, looping over the tags that are listed in the site, and looping over the years that are listed in the site. So obviously it's not going to look like this example. It's going to look like what 4 years of my blogging look like. So that's this. Obviously these are not unique. We have tons of years here, and all sorts of, I haven't used categories, but all sorts of tags in here, um, from things that I've blogged about. So that is actually working. I don't know why I'm opposed to it being a text file. I kind of wonder if it would work if it was a markdown file. It's just kind of weird. Why is it a text file? It probably doesn't matter. Um, you know what? We'll dig into that later. Let's get stuff working and then we'll refine it. All right, so we need to make archive in our layouts folder, archive categories, archive tags, and archive years. That makes sense. All right, so let's drag this guy over here. And we'll drag you over here. Oops. Come on, drag, drag, drag. Cool. All right, so it's in layouts. Got some basic stuff in there, and I want to make archive categories. I want to make, well, I don't really want to make archive categories because I don't have any. Oops. Archive tags and archive years. So I've made those. Now layouts, yes, okay. Sample layouts and files are present. Let's make this bigger. All right. Sample layouts and files are present in the folder blog files of this repository in GitHub. If you're using it, make sure to include a file from includes to. Make sure you add the style sheet based on your blog's look and feel. Okay, so I wonder, you know what? I'm also wondering if there's some existing. So let's just do blog files. Layouts. Let's start with tags. Okay. Default archive, recent posts, and all the tags. We'll start simple. Archive tags. Got that set. And we'll grab years. I'm thinking I'll probably kill categories if I can, just since I haven't used them and I'm not going to backfill them. Maybe I will no, I'm not going to backfill them. What am I saying? All right, so those are set. We'll have to style them again, but I want to hop back. Okay, so since those are there, all right, so we've done that, but those aren't necessarily linked up anywhere. We just have these layouts that exist. So now we're going to add an action to the repository. Navigate to the blog's repository, create a GitHub folder, create a workflows folder inside, and add a new file, add archives in the workflows folder. The name of the file is not important. Name it whatever you want. Okay. Fun. All right, you know what? We're going to walk through this and then we'll take it step by step. So let's hop back to here, hop back, clear this out, and I am not on the root. in the root now, and I'm going to make a directory there. Let me just let me make sure that directory is not there so I don't overwrite stuff. It is not there. Perfect. Hop in there. And within this, what did I need to make? A workflows folder, and then an add archives.yaml file. I think that name is solid. So workflows, spelled correctly, YAML file added, and let's open that up. Oops. And sorry, jumping back and forth here. Open that up, add archives, and it is blank so far. Next step, we got to fill it out. All right, so let's see what we got in here. Name, description, on workflow dispatch, so that seems like that's on demand. Push paths, so paths we're passing in are everything that's in the posts directory. Here's our job. It's going to run on a latest Ubuntu. That's fine. Users, actions, check out at v2. Not sure what that is. So I guess we're using his workflow action with archive URL, archive folder, set up git config. I guess this is so that Git is available, and it will add a commit depending on if it has made some changes. After that's in, we're going to update the archive URL. Okay, so it's going to throw in the absolute path there, and the archive folder, which is the same. All right. In the code above, make sure to change archive URL to your own. Master's fine for this. The action is set to run every time a commit happens to your posts folder. So let's see why that's the case. On push to something in posts. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm figuring out how GitHub Actions work based on what's running in this blog post, but that works for me. I think that's it. All right, so then how do we, so if this is running locally, or maybe it's not going to show locally, it's only going to show remotely? I mean, it's fine if it only runs remotely. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I don't have categories. So if I don't want it to, well, I guess I should probably make it run for categories. I'm wondering if, all right, so let's look at his workflow here, which I'm assuming is this, which is, if we can zoom in here, this is what it's probably based on and running. So what's it doing here? It's probably running the action. All right. Is it running on files? See, I'd like to see, I'd like to build it locally just to see. Well, I wonder if I can I don't think they're gonna, I don't think these are gonna build locally because I haven't installed that plugin. Like I'm assuming that this is not going to work. It needs the action. So I have a tag here. It says Ruby. So if I go /tag/ yeah. So I can't see that. I can't see that locally. Interesting. I'm also wondering about the casing of those, because obviously I would prefer that they be lowercase. Um, and I don't think I have anything that automatically lowercases them. But you know what? Let's just take this. All right. Take it one step at a time and then refine it. It seems to be the general plan. All right, so we need to update the archive URL. That's really the only thing we need to update from this. And then I will need to run it manually the first time um, because I was working on a post, but it's not ready quite yet. Um, so that was added to the GitHub workflow. That's not going to do anything here. Add the following code. All right. Okay. Update the archive URL. So the archive URL in here is going to be blog.mattclemente.com/archive/archive data. Now I don't necessarily love that archive data being like publicly. I mean, it's going to be shown somewhere, but it feels kind of gross to have a page up there um, that just shows that on the public site. I guess this is all stuff that I can rework once I get this running. So I've made that change. And then actions, I can run it. All right. So let's your repository the underscore archives folder. Cool. All right. A lot of stuff we added here. Let's get back to the root. Don't want to go there. All right, so I'm going to do this not via the keyboard, even though I can. All right, yeah. All right, so, you know what? Did I add the categories one? I think I added the page, but I don't think I didn't actually copy over that layout. And since I can't quite skip it yet, I should probably put something in there, even though it's going to be blank to begin with. All right. Okay. So what did we do here? In our config, did nothing there. We added an archive collection. Did I have a config.yaml with that? Yeah, that's because that's where it came from. That's the workflow. So this is the added template for, I believe this is for extracting archives. Then we added the layouts, added archive layouts. Did those, is one of them not saved? There we go. Added archive layouts. And then finally, we added a GitHub action. Added workflow action for generating archives. All right. Okay, let's push that out there. All right. Oh, I do need to What do I have here? Oh, I gotta update one of my. All right, well, I'll do that later too. So if we're on GitHub, that's getting deployed. I can hop over to myself and to my blog. No, not there. Hop over to yeah. And just push that up. Yes, I know. I can do that. Don't worry. All right, so how do we do, what did it say? We can run the workflow. To run it manually, triggering it manually, navigate to the actions. So like I said, I have not used these before. Oops. Navigate to actions, new action for me. Generate Jekyll Archives, very cool. And I will run the workflow. All right. So this is queued. I just want to watch it run if I can. Build. All right, so if I want to make changes to this, and there's a chance that I do, that I want to make my own kind of refinements, I would probably just, fork and build off of this initial workflow. I guess this Python script is what's doing the actual work in here. Is that dist? It wasn't dist, create archives. So yeah, if I wanted to, oh, does he already delete them? That would be so nice. If he deletes the archive folders already. All right. I might just modify this to pull out the categories. Or maybe I can take a look at it and see if there's a way I can put in a pull request, like if there are no categories, not to generate those. Uh-oh. We failed. Why did we fail? All right. Because there are no categories. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I didn't make any categories. All right, let's look at the code here. I mean, the quickest thing would just be removing the generation of the categories, because that would be applicable just to me. So where does that? I should see if it tells me where that happened. Line 96? Didn't quite get there yet. All files in. And this is just to remove the old ones. All right. I mean, I don't even know what's frustrating is I don't even know how I'd use categories. Like the tags, I haven't even really, I mean, I've tagged posts, but I haven't actually used them. All right. What if I want to make this my own, first of all, I guess I would just fork it. So on 96, what are we doing here? All files, os.remove. if archive file not in file list, and my error was, and the error was file not found, no such file or directory _ archives / categories. Where does that get generated here? Archive types. For the archive type, folder name, arch type there. Where's this coming from? Arch type, archive types key. I don't know why that's called arch. Strange variable name. So archive types is coming from the archive types. Oh, archive type, archive types. Okay, so it's like the short version. For each archive type, archive data URL, I just deleted the folder. Archive data URL. So where is it? Let's see if there's any more configuration options in here. Path to your archives folder, archive URL. Let's hop into the action config here, which was in .github, add archives, and see what we have in here. Just if there's anything else I can customize on this side of it. There's really not. Okay, there's nothing else I can customize here. All right. So there's nothing there. That's the actual Jekyll Archives. We have our archives type listed there. Options, where's the input options coming from? Those are both hard-coded. Deleted the folder. When's this running? That's running to delete the folder, so that's towards the end, isn't it? For archive types. Archive type. For archive value. I mean, I wonder if it's just a matter of throwing a line in here, checking to see if the file exists before running that. How long? We've been running for 33 minutes. All right. Should we try? You know what? Let's be a little crazy. We'd spend 34 minutes. Let's fork it. And in here in this is going to be, not the, I can just edit it in here, right? Yeah, I can. Okay. Well, I mean, for one, I could just drop out categories and then use it, and it would probably be fine. Which for me is probably sufficient. But I kind of would, should I just do that? I mean, part of me wants to just fix it so that it works right if I were to add a category or if someone was to add a category. If archive file not in file list, OS remove. So where's file list coming from? File list starts blank. File name gets added to it. And then, so where are all files coming from? All files lists everything in the directory. So for archive file in all files, which is everything in that archive folder, if the file found in that folder is not in the file list of things that we generated, remove it. And the error that we got was that it's trying to delete a folder because now we're doing it for the categories archive type. Okay. So that's 96. It's the list. Got it. Okay, so the issue here is this directory doesn't exist because no categories were generated. So where archive folder path? Let's just see where this would have gotten created. Here. It would get created, and then if the file path doesn't exist, then it creates it. So we could add something in here that says and I'm not great with Python else ifs, but we could say if the path doesn't exist, set all files equal to just an empty array, and that might bypass it. You know, so we're just gonna mess around with this in the GitHub editor and see if we can hack it to work. Not because we need to, but because we want to. All right, so we're gonna say if, and then all right. I mean, my Python is literally nothing. I don't know anything else. And then I assume it's going to be there. So if not OS path exists, and we'll just be a little redundant here instead of creating a variable. If the path doesn't exist, then all files is going to equal an empty array. Otherwise, it's going to equal that. And we're going to see, I don't need to end that with anything, right? Try to bypass missing type directory. Commit changes. All right, so now we're going to have to actually update the workflow here. It's going to pull from, it's going to be MJ Clemente. And you know what, honestly, I mean, I prefer pulling from something that I control. So here we're going to say use forked archive generator. Push that up, and let's see how this goes. And I'll fix that too. All right, actions. I'm going to try to run it again. I'll just delete that. That doesn't matter. We'll run it again. And we'll see what happens this time. Okay. See if oh, this is nice. It should be faster. See if my Python broke everything or not. um, okay. I think it might have worked. Oh, this would be really sweet. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe not everything happened that was supposed to, but I think I should be able to go to now blog.maclimited.com slash, well, first let's go there and make sure that's not broken. Go to slash tags, oof, slash tags slash archives? No, let's see. Slash tags slash, no. Isn't that what it was supposed to be under? Or is it under archives? Your site, tag name. All right. Oh, tag, not tags. Tag name. No. All right. It ran, but we don't have it yet. So let's figure out why we don't have it yet. Can I see in here what was generated? Archives. It's just those are the posts for each one. So those are there. Is it, oh, that is tags plural. Blog.maclimited.com. So is it archive slash tags slash? No. All right, this might just be me figuring out where stuff is. Because it looks, I mean, it looks in here, it looks like we got tags and years. Tags and years were generated in here. In our archives folder. So underscore archives. Of course, we'll have your category names, tag names, your archive data, tags, categories, everything. So, I mean, what am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Interesting that tag is singular here. The plural there. Year, same with year. It's not something like that, is it? No. Okay. Let's look at the commit log here and see what's going on. So permalink slash tag slash 1password. Did it not include my base URL? Is that the issue? I feel like the permalink there should be absolute. Let's just jump in and check out. Like on regular posts, well, there is no permalink that gets generated. All right. Now hop back to the beginning here, because frequently I run into issues when I'm not reading stuff right. Okay. Output true permalink / archives path. So for one is /archives does not exist. /archives /tag /tag /one password. I feel like I'm so close here. Okay, well, so the reason they were singularized or pluralized has to do with the defining of the archive types there. So let's just look at my archive URL that I passed in to make sure that was right. Oh, you know what? Did I put in two? let's look over here. I may have put in. No, I think that was right. So we did all this. That loops over them. Build your site and navigate to. Okay, so I know that locally I can do this. Right? I can go to 127 archives, archive data. Now remotely, that's also there. So yes, that still works. Not works. I mean, I don't actually like that this is here, but that's a whole separate thing. Maybe if I generate it, whatever. Let's just get them actually working. Okay, was I reading through that? What was I doing here? So it reads those. We created those layouts. We haven't necessarily made them pretty yet, but that's fine. If you are using it, make sure to include a file from _includes folder 2. Sample layouts and files are present in the folder log _files of this repository. If you are using it, make sure to include a file from includes. I don't know what that means. Oh, you know what I am wondering though? So if I hop back, and I mean, those got built remotely. So if I pull, those should all be coming down locally. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is part of the problem here. Could not locate an include file from postbox HTML of any of the. So archive URL. _includes. Let's just open up our sidebar here. Includes, I have a head and the sidebar. Oh, let's, you know, let's look at those layouts that we added. Is there something, I didn't think that they referenced. Oh, include, oh, derp. Okay. Well, this might be one reason. There is a postbox include here. There's probably another include that I didn't see. Now that what he's saying makes sense. So we're going to hop back in here. And we're going to go to blog files, includes, grab this. It's just called post here. Grab this. So blog files, includes, layouts. Layouts has that. Underscore archives has that. And includes just has one called post.html. So we'll hop back to includes, new file, post.html, drop that in, save it. Now we might need to rename that to post box, I'm not sure. Let's just see. All right, so did that work that time? No. Why is it post box in these? It's going to rename it here. That might be just an issue. Renamed, generated. Okay. Let's just see. If we hop back to the root of the site, can we go to /tag/ we can. Okay, cool. I mean, I gotta fix the formatting here. But pulling that down worked. I was just missing that. All right, so I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm gonna hop into my default layout. And okay, split this, and on this side we'll add the tags one. Now I'd assume, isn't my default CSS, maybe it's just the classes that I use that need, the classes that they're referencing I need to modify. Let's check the notes here. Make sure you add style sheets. Well, I mean, it's using my default style sheet, I believe. All right, what do we got here? I'm gonna try to wrap this up, push it out, even if it's not perfect, it'll be a start. Now let's go to my post layout here. All right, H2 page title, we'll modify, so. In here, if post include post, so that's all actually coming from post box include. Our post box include here is including a thumb if there is one. I don't have any thumbs. Category is being shown if it's there, I believe. H2 card title, base URL, post title. So in here, I think I'm just going to get this to match H2 card title, H2 8A dog. That's the post itself. Actually, let's look at what we actually have on what's the index page? Is it just default? Going on default here. Include sidebar, content. I think content is a layout. Page title, content, index. There we go. Okay. So Can we get this to match? Oh, it's just post title, not card title. But is that getting generated here? I guess it is. Refresh this, well. And then it's actually the body that is getting substantially modified here. Just get rid of the font weight modifications on here. Yeah, I'm just going to need to rework this to match the look of my site. This is in a div class posts. Yeah, I don't have a card, but I don't have anything like this. All right. It's like bootstrap cards and stuff like that for the archive layout. So this is what needs to get modified. I don't even know if truncate words is going to work in here. Span class post date, post excerpt. So where are we getting that extra weight? There's another include here that's not even referenced. I guess it's probably not being shown because there's an end if here. So there's no post ratings. So we're just going to drop that whole section out because that's just confusing. Our post date, we have a span class for it. So we're just going to keep that the same here. Span, end the span. H4 class is what they're doing the post excerpt in, and I don't like that at all. I'm just going to drop it down to a regular text there. Save that. I may have broken some stuff. I can't quite tell what's going on. I might need to let's hop back here and kill this and start it over. Sometimes big changes like that can mess stuff up. All right, that worked a little bit. It's not quite, I want it to match the appearance of my homepage, obviously. I guess the date is up there. Maybe that's partially jumping back and forth here. Okay, so I have the date there. What am I wrapping on my index? Post title is in an H1. Oh, well, I broke this with not ending my H1. And then I have an A in there. I don't need to put this class on it because I don't have that class. And then my H1 ends. Then I have a span class with the post date, and that ends, followed by a post excerpt. That's the same. And then I HR in between them. And then what's my wrapping div here? Div class post, and then div class posts. So I'm going to do div class post for that. I know that I don't have any images, so I'm going to kill that. Kill this. Wrap this with this is the individual post itself. So actually, I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to kill the wrapping divs. Kill the variable. Lots of deleting. Kill the wrapping divs. Save that. And then I'm going to hop back to the tags layout. And in here, I don't necessarily have these sections either, but at least with the wrapping, I can do div posts. And I think that's just destroying tags, categories. We'll do the same thing. And I can modify that page title later. And then years. And this will at least give me something. So we'll kill that, regenerate. Hopefully this gives me a look that, more or less matches my site enough for me to walk away from it today. Not too shabby. There's no, I should add the continue reading link and make that, maybe I'll swap out the H2 and the H1 here just to make that slightly more appropriate. But you know what? This is up. Well, it's going to be up in a second. And for an hour's work, not too shabby. All right, git add underscore includes add display layout for archive posts, modify to match current site layout, push that up, and then I'm going to rerun the action since I haven't changed anything. Go to the actions. Make sure that code got pushed. It did. We'll run the workflow. Hopefully that gets pushed out properly. And then I can call it a day, call it a week. If not, then my remote site won't have archives and it won't be the end of the world. I wonder if it'll actually, hopefully it reruns, because I didn't add any new pages, but I did modify the code being pushed into it. Checks failed. GitHub Actions incurred an internal error. Interesting. All right, so we're going to jump to Actions, see if there's anything else. Does it tell me what the issue was? No. We'll try rerunning it. And we'll see what happens here. All right, cool. Fingers crossed. That this runs smoothly. I mean, it could use some refining. And so when I obviously I didn't read the blog post thoroughly at the start. I thought I was going to be able to use Jekyll Archives on GitHub Pages using the action, which is not the case. It's a workaround to create archives that are similar to Jekyll Archives using an action, which is super cool, but is not the same thing. So let's just see here. Yes, it is there. All right, so these pages are up. They're at least started. There's something. I can work them in a bit better. I can probably add some paging, but I can go to CFML and see all my posts about that. Now I need to add in new links to these, but that does make the site much more, I mean, not until I link to them, but like if I want to see my posts on Docker, I can do that, and that's super convenient. So all in all, I'd call that a success. Thanks for hanging around. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week, hopefully.